Hey guys! So I was just about to make some homemade ice cream and I thought, why not take you guys along with me? This is a super easy and simple recipe to make and it requires little to no effort. I've been making it like this for almost a year. I don't use a machine. I don't use anything fancy. My fanciest thing is my bowl and my whisk. That's it. You don't, oh well, and obviously a freezer. You kind of need to freeze it, but that's it. Nothing fancy, and I mean, it really doesn't take that long. So anyway, get right to it. What you need for it is some milk. I've always used our raw milk we have a herd share, so I use raw milk. You could use whole milk. I'm sure you could use a plant-based milk if that's what you want or that's what you drink. Just know I've never made it like that, so your results may vary from mine just because you're using different milk. Need a little bit of salt, vanilla, and heavy whipping cream. And that's all the ingredients. It's literally like 5 ingredients. Oh, and sugar. Duh, you need the sugar too. I was like, I'm only counting 4. Don't forget the sugar. All right, so what you need is about 1.5 cups of milk. And this I'm kind of just guesstimating. I mean, it's not, I don't try to be like this is a really forgiving recipe, so you don't have to have like perfect amounts. I use about 1 cup of sugar, maybe a little less than 1 cup. You kind of just have to play with it. I've done more, I've done less. It just depends on how sweet you like your ice cream. Which that kind of sounds strange to say. Like, how sweet do you like your ice cream? Duh, everyone likes their ice cream sweet. But like, if you like it really sweet, or if you just like it just a titch, you can control it. And then I use about a teaspoon of vanilla. Add a little more splash. And then like 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This part I definitely guesstimate because it's a grinder. Okay. And then I'm taking my whisk and I'm mixing mixing until all of my sugar dissolves in my milk and whipping cream. And I have these ice cream cups. My mother-in-law found them at a garage sale for me. So I use these now, which actually is helpful for later on in the process, but if you just have a bowl, you can literally just use a bowl. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. So you don't have to go out and buy anything special, just use what you have. The reason I love doing this is because this is literally 5 simple ingredients. It's not hard to make at all. And I was looking, as I was on my quest to have better health, like make better things for my family, I was looking at like the ingredients for ice cream because it's nice to have a sweet treat every now and then, but I wanted to have something that had good ingredients in it. And I was looking at ice cream and I'm like, why are there like 20 ingredients in ice cream? Especially vanilla ice cream. Like there's no need for that. So I looked up how to make ice cream and I could only find like recipes that use like an ice cream machine. I'm like, I know there's a way you can make ice cream without a machine. Well, I stumbled upon this one recipe and now I can't find it, but that's where this came from. This isn't something I made up. I found it and I kind of just have made it my own as I've made it more. And it's been super easy and simple to make. It's most of the stuff I had here anyway. But yeah, so just gonna, you just gotta taste test it a little bit to make sure it's the right sweetness. All right, and now these doodads are going in the freezer for an hour and a half. Then I will take them out and stir them, and they'll go in the freezer for another 3 hours after that. You take them out and stir them. And after that point, I don't usually get them out again. You can. It just makes the consistency better, because that's really what you're doing when you take them out of the freezer. You're doing it for the consistency. So these are going in for 90 minutes. I'll take them out and I'll stir them, and then I will put them back in. And you'll tell as you pull them out, it starts having more of that like creamy ice cream texture. If you don't stir them, because I have forgotten to stir them, they have more, it tastes more like a vanilla snow cone. So depends on what kind of texture you like. You could just put it in there, throw it in there and leave it and forget it. But I like more of a creamy ice cream texture. So I pull them out at 90 minutes, stir, put it back in for about another 3-ish hours, pull it out, stir it, and you'll have more of that creamy texture. So I will show you guys when I'm doing that, but that's the general gist of it. Okay, so it's been an hour and a half.
Are telling me.
And now we have to stir it. It's still pretty liquidy though.
I want to see. Oh. Yeah, but how did that be frozen in time in the freezer?
It'll freeze.
Is this the part I can't do? I can't do with the ice cream.
And now they go back in the fridge for about another 3 hours before you take them out and stir them again. Okay, so I did not film me stirring again at 3 hours. I promise I did. I promise you I did. I didn't, I had to go to work. My mom was over to celebrate Luca's birthday, and it was just kind of crazy, so I didn't do it. But I wanted to show you what it looked like now that it is done. So now that I've stirred it and all of that good stuff, it's ready to eat whenever. So it's gonna be pretty hard. So you're gonna wanna let it sit out of the freezer for a few minutes before you eat it, and then you can enjoy it. I like putting chocolate chips in mine. You can put peanut butter, caramel, anything you put on ice cream, you can put on it. So it's pretty simple. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your homemade ice cream.